Hello, welcome to a 1UP 3D No Man's Sky video. I am back. If anyone who was watching my videos noticed, how's it gone? I didn't have that much viewership at the time, but I've been off making videos since about, let's see, well, right before Beyond dropped. It was just a whole set of life things and then the status of Beyond that kept me from making videos. One was not having good internet, and two was having two jobs, and then three was trying to, have life stuff going on. But, so, in this video, I'm just going to kind of recap what I think about Beyond, Synthesis, and I'm just now getting into this living ship update, and I just got enough Quicksilver to buy the egg, because I didn't have much, because last week I was moving to my new place, which is what allows me to actually upload videos now. My internet at my last place was so bad I couldn't upload videos. So I've got the living egg, and I've seen videos and stuff about it, but I don't recall them saying how it actually starts. I'm guessing I just go into space. Clean up my ship inventory here. This is my exotic right now. I started a new save post Beyond just because there were so many bugs, and my survival save, I just felt it ruined it. The power thing messed up all my bases, and I just felt like starting over. So this is one of my I used to have a better exotic in my normal save, but I switched it around. So this is, right now I'm just using this as my wormhole hopper, since it only has one upgrade, so it doesn't have much to break. Alright, so I'm guessing I need to go out into space. So I'm actually fairly far along with this save. I didn't stop playing the game while I wasn't making videos. I just didn't have time to make videos, and didn't have the internet connection to upload them. I started just failing. So my thoughts on Beyond. It makes the game what it should have been at the start. If the game had launched at the state it was at No Man's Sky at Beyond, it would have not received very much criticism at all. That being said, they're calling it 2.0. I don't think it's 2.0. I think it's like 1.5. Like, that's what I would call it. Like, I get that that's not necessarily what the numbers mean, but they've started introducing features like the Nexus and other things that would make it like a full, like, number 2 or whatever. But yeah, no man, the launch was extremely buggy, which that's not okay in my opinion. It's really detrimental to them. Just to pause for my thoughts there. This is my fighter. It is sexy, and I've based my character's color scheme off of it. Oh, I forgot what I'm doing. But, so, I would say Beyond was frustrating in that it took a long time for a lot of people for it to be playable. Now, the best part of Beyond, in my opinion, is the VR. I know a lot of people are salty on that because they feel that that's why they didn't get new variation. I don't agree with that. I think the reason they didn't get new variation is because of general performance issues. I think that's why Generation's been scaled back. um, and not to do with VR, just to do with it in general. Because I played at launch, and though it was crazier environments, the game did not run well at all. It was almost, for me, on my when I had it on PC, it was almost impossible to play. It did not run well. So I think that's the major thing that they managed to do, which I am going to start doing I don't think I'll start it as a stream because I don't think I'll have many people watching, but I am going to do a permadeath VR run where I'm kind of being like a more rogue-like character. I'm gonna scrap ships, I'm gonna raid depots, I'm gonna do missions, and not do any crafting for money. I'll do a little bit for things I need. I probably won't even go out and get like the full recipes for the trade. I won't do the trade items, is what I'm trying to say. I'll probably learn to build the consumables and stuff. And as you can see, I am fairly close to the center. That's what I've been doing the last few days. I think that the living egg activates when you warp, but I'm not certain, so I'm gonna keep trying to get to the center. Which my process for doing this is maxing out a explorer and then going to the farthest. Oh, I don't know if that one has the... Which one has the wormhole? I'll go to the farthest wormhole I can get to. And that's been getting me there. I started yesterday from 300, and now I'm down pretty far. So it's definitely takes a long time, but it's not nearly as bad as I remember it being. And then when I get to certain points, I put a outpost down. Oh good, I picked the right one. I might have to look up how you get the living egg quest started. Or I heard that you also have to go through a black hole, so maybe... Oh geez, things aren't rendering in right. Okay, there we go, I can get in. I think while I'm recording it doesn't run as fast. I'll have to check if I can actually record in VR and it look good. So I'll do a test. But, see, I was talking about my thoughts on Beyond. Let's see, I find, so, the multiplayer, it's a big improvement to the existing multiplayer, and I think it would have been great if the game had started with that, but right now, I feel like the big thing needed in multiplayer is the ability to, like, make factions or guilds or groups or whatever. That's what people seem to clearly want. And it seems like they're gonna do it, but just until then, the multiplayer just doesn't have too much of an appeal for me. Perhaps if I had any friends that played, I would feel differently, but the Nexus missions are nice, but I think that they could come up with specific things to do, not just like go do these things that you used to do, but probably didn't do that often because you didn't have a prompt to go do it. I really feel like a raid, like having creatures that you go to kill, or a monstrous, sentinel. I'm actually surprised they don't have quests to go kill this many walkers or something like that. 41,144 light years. Let's see where I ended up. I am at 31. Nice. Okay. Oh, I gotta switch my ships out. So, I know it's probably faster to do this via your freighter getting upgraded, but I just never got my freighter fully upgraded with its warp. On a different save, that's probably how I'd do it, but this is working fairly well. And it kind of just depends on how quickly, or on whether I want to stop and look for weapons and such. So I haven't seen anything happen with the living egg. I'm gonna do one more warp and then I'm gonna look up how I get that started, because I know it starts somehow. Unless I'm glitched, which that's one thing. The game still has far too many glitches. It's completely normal for me to find myself, you know, I usually fall out of, fall through the ground, and it has to like bring me back up, which is the main thing that's been stopping me from doing permadeath. Is I feel like I'm gonna die from a glitch, but I'm gonna start doing it. We'll probably start it today. Beyond also brought quite a few other glitches. In this run through, I wasn't able to finish the main quest line when it got to starting the rebirth thing. When I'm supposed to go meet Apollo, it just doesn't, the portal doesn't work. It doesn't take me there. It works like a normal portal. So if anyone has a fix for that, let me know. I can't restart the quest. See. But, oh well. I am gonna try to figure out why I can't do any of that. So, I will end this video then. Well, actually, let's just go to a planet. We're gonna talk a little bit about synthesis. Synthesis is interesting because you might think about it just as something that adds the music, but it added a few really cool technologies, like the personal refiner, which I use literally every day. You know, I mean, every time I refine almost. And the emergency warp drive I only used a couple times, but when I'm gonna be in permadeath, I think I'm gonna use that a lot, especially with how I plan on playing. So those are pretty cool things. Yeah, I actually was more satisfied with Synthesis than Beyond, just because you could play it. For me, Beyond didn't work for a few days, which was my biggest gripe with it. Though I do really like all the things that it added. Power, the power system is more complicated than it needs to be, and it doesn't let you do much stuff. They need to add some more base building components that work with it, like things that, like elevators, like objects that move when they're given power that you can control. Just a real reason for it to be there. Because for me, the idea that all this stuff needs to be powered in this futuristic world where you can warp across planets is just silly. You should just be able to have like a tiny little reactor in there and it should work. The reason to do that, to put the electrical system in there, for me, is so you can make like a logic system Because right now, I know you can you can make locks and stuff and all that, but you can't do too much with it. So that's the one gripe I have with the features they added. It was disappointing how it launched. I think they need to fix that kind of stuff going forward. This living ship and synthesis were much smoother launches, which I think might be one of the reasons why they are doing them in smaller bunches, but yeah. And that's kind of my opinion on those things. This living ship one I haven't got too much into. I do love that now you can get encounters in space. It definitely feels like they are very close to kind of having what we wanted out of kind of a space update. I think I really want them to add NPCs to your frigates. for very little reason, but I just want them to. But I think we're definitely gonna get more updates, so that's exciting. Small ones too, so they'll add little things here and there, and it'll be exciting to see what those are. I am gonna go figure out how to get my living ship, and then tune in for my permadeath run that'll be coming if you're interested. And I'll see you guys next time.